So what did we just watch? This is the spring Halo update. It's not spring yet though.
What? Spring is coming.
It's coming, but it's not spring.
Well, yeah.
It's like they're getting ahead of themselves. First it's like, they can't get enough content in. Now they're doing too much content.
Well, let's not say too much content.
Well, it's more like a dial back on certain things.
So right off the bat, so it was 4:00 our time, and I was at work, but I was done for the day, so I'm watching it, right? And it's like they show that key art where the Spartan's holding that cool weapon.
It looks like Fortnite.
Well, regardless,
when they're on that Pelican, I'm like, what's wrong with the graphics? Like, this doesn't look good. This isn't the thing I should be seeing, waiting for the presentation.
I was kind of excited for, look, they're in a Pelican. That turned out to be nothing. But anyway, no, I see that he's holding that gun, right? So I'm like, oh, that looks interesting. We heard rumors. I'm like, okay, let's get to the cool stuff. And they talked forever about two different things.
Cosmetics and Season Pass.
Well, monetization, specifically how, they're making all of these changes to the Season Pass.
Yeah.
And then also, basically setting the runway for how underwhelming this is going to be, saying, whoa, I know we saw how you noticed we used the same animations for the MA5K as we did for the assault rifle. Yeah, well, we did that to save some costs, and we got a really small team on this now, so, basically saying don't expect much. And they're trying to, kind of frame it as, well, look how clever we are with our resources. And it's like, this isn't some small independent developer.
Oh, no, it's now indie. This is an indie developer. Because now it's Halo Studios, which they helped us. They're like, hey, we're no longer 343, we're Halo Studios. And I laughed because it's like, wow, look at the big change they've made. Doesn't it look like a brand new studio? Everyone that thought it was a brand new studio, and 343, it's the same thing.
The joke is like the Clark Kent thing, putting the glasses on.
Yes.
But they don't even do that.
No, it's literally just a name change.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was watching all the updates about the Battle Pass and then the new skins and everything. And I'm just thinking in my head, back in my day, this would never be a conversation. We just have all this stuff. And we wouldn't be wondering about, can we get it later if we don't complete the pass now, but you'll have access to it if you pay, and what you'll get if you don't. And it's just
That's the thing. Yeah.
It's half of the presentation is not talking about the game, it's about the cosmetics. But just, I don't know, I'm just so old school. I'm blown away at how much you can talk about skins.
You can. You shouldn't be doing that.
That's all it is. It's that's all the incentive. Now, maybe not all, but that's a big part of it that they're trying to sell,
Well, that's all they can sell.
Yeah.
And then they specify that's how we make the money. We're free to play, which is fair enough.
And we need you to buy those skins because we aren't making money. There's not enough
This is
people.
your big update video. This is your get more players in kind of video, right? Or bring players back. And it's you can't get them back to the same crap you've been doing. Oh, well, now it's 50 tiers of crap instead of 20 tiers of crap. Unless you're a free player, then it's still 20 tiers of crap.
It feels like I'm doing more now because people are burning through it. And then they're like, what else do you got for me, Halo? And they're like, shoot, all right, well, make it double. It's funny, you talk about money.
They're even saving in the sense of, okay, you might not realize, but they used to have the operation passes or battle passes, whichever, with armor pieces in them, right? But then separately, they would save some things for the store.
Yes.
And now they're treating it like a good thing. It's well, you can eventually, there's no FOMO. You can later buy these things in the store. It's that's just because you don't want to make separate things for the battle pass and the store.
No. Kyle, you understand, this is a good thing. This is all for them. It's for us. It's only going to benefit us.
I feel terrible for that sketch guy. He's a Halo Bungie veteran. He used to be the community manager a long time ago, and they brought him back. The poor guy must be it must hurt to sit there and explain this crap.
I feel bad. In past Carnage Reports, I've been the pessimist. I've kind of bashed these guys. Now I'm just feeling bad and sorry for them. I'm seeing it. It's kind of just they got to do this. They got to get on the camera. And there's all those technical issues, they had the power outage.
Oh, dude,
that was when they're talking about the updates for one of the weapons.
The shock rifle specifically.
The shock rifle. And then they also had someone come up messaging someone during the Xbox. They got a message from their friend list. You done that Halo crap? We're gonna jump on Apex.
Well, the messages, they've done that before. You see messages and stuff. Sometimes the slides are wrong or they pop in too early. That happens, But the power outage was a new one.
But it's so sad because not only is the content not that exciting, and not to par to what we would expect from a franchise like this. But now even like the how they're presenting it is like, oh crap, someone stepped over the cord. It's like, it doesn't feel like a AAA studio anymore.
We shouldn't be in this position.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't even know if I want to keep talking about it. But speaking of money, I know we're jumping way ahead, but near the very end of this conversation, they talked about how there's a World Halo Competition Championship with a grand total prize of $1 million. I'm like, where are they getting all this money? Like, is this still happening? Like,
well, $1 million's not that much in the grand scheme of things.
I guess, but just to...
Because the whole team has to share that, right? And the organization.
I suppose, yeah. I don't know. Just when I heard that amount of money, it felt like, wow, I guess Halo still has, like, people.
Well, they must be doing okay with the esports side of things, because that's like half this presentation.
Yeah, but we're going to see how things change for the esports side.
Everything was practically tailored for esports, too. Like, think all those balancing changes they offered, it's like they basically nerfed every gun.
Oh yeah, we're jumping ahead. Like, yeah,
well, I don't mind too much, but it's like
that's what it was.
Think about this.
It's incredible.
Like, for your average player, it's like we weren't picking up those guns because your average player isn't very good with the, like, what's that called, the shock pistol gun.
I didn't realize that it was like a really good weapon.
Or the heat wave. They're not. These are all guns that are very good in the hands of pros. But your average players, like, we all kind of agree, all the power weapons kind of feel, and even the pickups feel underwhelming. Like, the bandit's really all you need, aside from, like, obviously the rocket launcher and the sniper, right?
Sure. Yeah.
So it's like, to see them nerf all that stuff further, it's like the guns already aren't that much fun.
Oh, you know what hurt me the worst, I think? Well, maybe they'll say something else. The Bulldog. It's oh, come on. You're going to reduce the rate of fire on this thing? It sucks already, and now we got to, like, just throw it away.
It doesn't suck. The Bulldog, as it was, it's like, okay, it's 3 shots to the bandit's 5, right? And if you're within close range, you can beat the bandit, as it's meant to do. It's a shotgun. So if you're going to slow down its rate of fire so it can compete at close range with the bandit, what's the point?
I don't know. Dude, when I saw all of those reductions, all I thought was, we're making the game slower, or people are going to maybe feel like they have more of a chance because they're not dying as quickly.
Maybe.
Because like that's kind of what I was thinking, because I don't know why are they making these changes? Like, is the pros complaining about how fast the bandit is?
Well, the thing is, they didn't nerf the bandit. That's the only thing that's the same.
I think they slowed down the rate of fire.
Previously, I believe. It's been a push and pull the whole time. And I don't blame you for not paying attention.
I have notes. Frag grenade changes, more bouncy now.
Yeah, that one's okay.
I mean, that's neat. But again, they're like trying to give that old Halo feel, and it's like...
Well, the big one, the strafe speed, that I think is good.
Huge.
Well, it's not speed, it's acceleration.
I was kind of confused by that. Well, like, I understand the difference between speed and acceleration, but like in terms of like if you reduce the acceleration, you're basically reducing the speed, because strafing requires you to constantly change.
In the older Halo games, there was a slower build-up. The new one, the Spartan's like 0 to 60, right?
Yeah.
And they're kind of jittery and glitchy looking as a result, and they're hard to hit. It's frustrating to shoot at them.
Yeah.
So it's actually going to make it easier to hit people, I think, because they'll have to be slower wind-up. Once they're already moving in that direction, they're going at good speed. So it'll be kind of like you move one way for a while, and you stop. You won't be like jutting back and forth as much.
I thought that's what strafing was. It was
a good strafe is more just kind of like a left-right. You don't do too much, just enough to throw them off. Like, they don't know when you're going to move, right?
I feel like with these changes, they've shifted the difficulty, where now everyone's on kind of the same playing field, or more closer, because now you don't have like someone who can strafe that quickly. They're at a way better advantage compared to someone who can't. So now you can't do that as easily or at all. Well, now it's a little bit more of a fair game.
The point I was building to is it feels like 90% of these balancing changes are just for the pros.
I think so.
And that's the thing. The whole thing is for the pros, basically.
I wonder if I'm going to feel any difference, like genuinely, or is it just gonna be a placebo? Like, oh, I heard there was changes, and now I'm.
Well, they're subtle, right? We're talking like percentages, and so it's like maybe.
The one thing I was excited about this was maps, specifically Coliseum.
Yep.
Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, wow, Halo 5. Oh, I remember that.
I know it's made by unpaid forgers, but it looks awesome.
Yep. And I love there was a part where they said in the broadcast, it's like they were just so obedient or cooperative or something like that.
They didn't use the word obedient. That'd be real bad.
They just never complained. It's like in the schedule, like, come on. Yeah. No.
So I think aside from that, which is very exciting. Any chance to play more Halo 5 maps? Great. relive the glory days, which even if you didn't like Halo 5, I'm sure at this point they seem like glory days.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
So the big news, I think the last thing would be the big thing, right?
Oh, the fuel rod? Big thing?
That's the big thing.
In size only.
When I saw the art, I'm like, that's a funny looking fuel rod, because I heard rumors there's the fuel rod. It is.
It's a rocket launcher.
It's the fuel rod
SPNKR
projectile.
Yeah.
And that, here's the thing. Like, I'm so mixed on it. Cool, a new weapon, I guess. Fuel rod's fun. But take it back. Just don't even it's embarrassing. Don't even put it in the game. It's it looks like something like if someone's like modding like Ocarina of Time, like Zelda Ocarina of Time, and they kind of just like repurpose the character slightly and like change pieces of them. It's just like, oh, that's a new enemy. It's a purple Deku shrub, And it's like, that's what this is.
When I saw that, I started to question myself, like, is it really hard to make something like this? Is it like very difficult? And then I think, this doesn't make much sense. Halo 5, it wasn't long after release where you had Warzone, and they had weapons that looked a little different and functioned differently than their actual weapon, just like what they're doing with the fuel rod, and they had like 20 of those or more, and then this is like one of those things, and it's like, holy crap, whoa, fuel rod cannon, and it doesn't, and it's the same animation for your loading as a rocket launcher. It's like, this sucks.
Well, there's a lot
I'm
there.
sorry,
okay. So Halo
this
5,
is, I know it's a free game, whatever, but like, come on, like. That's what I'm saying. I only know if I want to keep doing this because I feel like I'm bashing someone who's just like, if they're an indie developer, just say you're an indie developer. Then it's like, I'll leave you alone. You're on a budget. On the new Halo games,
they're
doing this in someone's basement.
Like, they can't make one working project. They're doing multiple projects now. No, but okay. So Halo 5, a lot of that stuff was probably done when the game was done and just held back. That's what everyone believes anyway, for the most part. So it's like, okay, fine. Like, this really did put in perspective. It's like, is it really that hard? I'm thinking about it. Okay, well. The weapon model is no-brainer. You got weapon models of fuel rod from way back in the day. Touch them up a little bit. I don't think that's much work. But yeah, to have every kind of different armor, all different gloves and stuff all have to hold and look natural with it. And then yeah, there are new animations. It seems like a lot and not a lot. It's like
it's a lot in the sense of trying to make this into a big deal. It just isn't. It'd be like Smash came out and had a direct, and it's like, we got a new item that you can use. It's like, yeah, it's cool.
If it was a brand new item, that would be something. This isn't a brand new item. It's a total reskin. That's the thing. It's like, I don't want to like say, oh, it's so easy to put a new gun in, but that's all you're doing. You're just doing the one gun,
and then and then they had
it already exists in other games.
And I can't remember maybe you'll remember they're talking about the mask. The MA5K, and they're like, oh yeah, people are loving it, and I think it's great, and I'm like, I haven't been able to use that at all. It's not in Slayer. It's
not in ranked.
It's on ranked. It's just
this probably also won't be in ranked. That's more our fault than theirs.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah,
because it's very like, if you didn't notice, like the ranked, like they showed the new like the modes and map combinations, very specific, and that's half the reason when we play casually, we don't see half the game.
Again, your words in a past video where you said, like, they should have ranked and then they should have MLG.
Yeah.
Ranking playlists.
Because casual people also like grinding for ranks and competing and taking it seriously.
But not that seriously where it's so like, like we can't even use like a fun weapon,
Yeah.
Like even a little bit, like it's.
Well, that's the thing. Like Halo 5, when we did ranked in Halo 5, we had radar, we had access to pretty much the whole sandbox.
It's just
the maps were the same in ranked as they were in social. Mm-hmm. It's just you're now competing for a rank. And if you want to go in the MLG playlist or the HCS playlist, there it is.
But that's more work, and they don't have those resources, and they're working very hard.
Unbelievable. So I guess to finish off, they did tease the upcoming. So we know come summer there'll be an update with the Mangler finally coming.
What is that thing?
Or Mutilator, sorry, Mutilator.
Yeah.
It was in the leaked files. It looks like kind of a banished, cobbled together shotgun.
Oh my gosh!
But it's actually a new gun
or something.
Well, yeah, it's been in the files forever. But it's going to be a new gun, not a reskinned SPNKR, a reskinned AR. And it's going to fill that niche we need, I think. I mean, this is all rumor. No one knows for sure.
Oh yeah, and the Falcon's coming too, right?
Well, that's in the files again. It's, I guess they're probably not saying anything because it's like, okay, if this lasts till summer, great, we'll have the mutilator come in. If it lasts till fall, maybe the Falcon fall, and then maybe that's it. And then they also teased their operations, Operation Blue Team, Operation Forerunner. Thoughts?
I don't think there is any.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect. Okay. No, it's true though, because Blue Team, I guess, is kind of cool because it has a bit of that Halo 5 vibe.
Are you talking about like the stuff you can get in that, like the armor? And
they just had little
helmets?
teaser pictures, just little teaser pictures.
Oh, I guess I slipped past that. Yeah.
Well, while they showed all three because they have the big update, the spring update that comes with Operation Frontline, ODST, Marine themed, then Blue Team, which obviously themed around Chief's friends from all Halo, like Halo lore, but Halo 5 specifically. And then Forerunner, which, if we're lucky, we might get some cool Promethean kind of armor. It's not stuff we're going to use or care about, but it's here's my thing, man. Here's my thing. I just like it whenever they talk about Halo 4 and 5, like when they don't forget about them.
Yeah,
they even mentioned that one of the masks
was Halo 5.
Was Halo 4 inspired, yeah.
Yeah, well, one of Master Chief's part of their team's member's helmet, I think, or something.
It was something like that.
Yeah,
it's already it was leaving my mind. This whole thing is, and I watched it yesterday.
Yeah, it's sad how that's the excitement you get. You might be one of a minority where it's like, I can't wait to hear them mention, another game they made. I don't know. Just don't get excited. Really, keep your expectations really low. Because this is coming to an end.
Like, if anyone expected anything from there was people in the chat talking about Halo on PlayStation, Halo on PlayStation.
Yeah. I remember saying PS5. Yeah,
they could have announced that. It'd be really nothing. They'd be like, Master Chief Collection is coming to PlayStation 5. Like, they just announced Forza is coming to PlayStation, and it was in a tweet or something. So it might just be maybe this presentation is too important to make that announcement. Maybe that one will just come on Twitter later.
Maybe.
X.
Yeah, essentially nothing has changed for me. Yeah.
Yep, it's more Halo. Take it or leave it.
Well.
Yep.
That about sums up the whole thing.